Your spine naturally degenerates as you get older. So it's important that you do what you can in your younger years to ensure that your back stays healthy in later life. My name's Jamie. Welcome to my channel. This is where I speak about everything posture and back care related. So whether you are currently suffering from back pain, or you are looking to prevent it, then do stay tuned, because today I'm going to share 5 of my key tips to keeping your back in excellent condition so that you can move with greater ease through later life. Now, if you find this video helpful, if you enjoy it, share it with a friend, and don't forget to hit the like button below. Getting older isn't always a hoot. You start to experience all sorts of weird and not always wonderful things like grey hairs, laugh lines, creaky joints. And if you're thinking, what the hell does she know? Well, hey, I'm not as young as you may think. Now, back pain is one of those not so wonderful surprises that becomes more common as you age, particularly lower back pain. This is because the spine or the backbone begins to degenerate as we get older. The discs that live in between our vertebrae, they start to dry out, wear down and shrink, causing stiffness and pain in the body. These intervertebral discs, they start to rub on one another, and that's what causes the pain. So what can we do to keep our back strong and free from injury in the future? Well, I'm so glad you asked. The first thing you're going to want to work on is improving your posture. Now you might think, what's the big deal with slouching? But in actual fact, the wearing down of your discs is greatly accelerated by pain-making movement, things that put pressure and strain on the muscles and the joints in your back. Things like, yes, you guessed it, poor posture. So in other words, it's not the one-time movement that is harmful. It's the constant repetition, the constant slouching all day, every day, that is going to cause you damage in the long run. The second thing that you can do to maintain a healthy spine is to be more mindful about the way that you move. So if you think about everyday activities that you might do around the house, how can you be smarter about the way that you move? Let me give you an example. Unsupported rounding of the back and twisting is probably one of the worst movements. It's a real no-no. And if you add a pulling to that, oh God, you don't even want to go there. Think weeding in your garden. This can be really uncomfortable, especially if you have a weak core or weak back muscles. Another example would be hoovering. For people with back conditions, hoovering is one of the worst activities, because what people tend to do is that they twist as they move. So all of the force, all of the effort is coming from the back, which, as you can imagine, is painful. Instead, what you can try is placing the hoover handle by your hip and then lunging forwards and backwards. This way, it's your legs that are doing all the work, not your back. The third tip is to work on your lifting technique. One of the most common errors when lifting is to keep straight legs, which puts lots of pressure on your lower back. Instead, try bending the knees and folding from the hips, keeping a straight spine. This will feel much better because it will be your legs that are carrying the weight of your body and not your lower back. And sometimes it's just a case of playing around with different movements. So for example, the next time that you need to carry something from A to B, see if you can stack it in such a way that feels effortless or that involves exerting a lot less energy. For example, let's say I want to move this chair. If I pick it up and hold it like this, it's going to feel like it weighs a ton. But if I hold it like this, it feels much less heavy. The next thing that you can do is to maintain a healthy weight. Every added kilo puts pressure on your musculoskeletal system. The less pressure that you can put on your back, the better. So if you are a little bit overweight, see if you can cut down on your sugar, carb, alcohol intake and work on eating natural whole foods instead of ready-made meals. Lastly, but probably the most important thing of all, is to exercise. This is because what you don't use, you lose. Imagine you were to stay in bed for 3 weeks. Your body would start to hurt, right? not because you are overusing it, but because you are underusing it. But as long as you stay active, your muscle mass will continue to grow and develop, supporting your joints so that you can move effectively. So if your back hurts, the absolute worst thing that you can do is to not move, to not do any exercise. Yes, of course, take a couple of days of rest, but then you want to slowly start to incorporate activity back into your daily routine. And you want to do things that help build strength in your back body. Things like weight training, swimming, Pilates, yoga. That's it, my 5 tips for fixing back pain. Improve your posture, move mindfully, nail that lifting technique, maintain a healthy weight, and exercise. These are 5 things that will help anyone who is suffering from back pain. But what I will say is that if you do have severe or debilitating back pain, then go get yourself checked out by a physiotherapist. Thank you for watching. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. I have an amazing weekly newsletter with lots of tips around posture and back care. So if you would like to receive those weekly emails, then I'll drop the link in the description box down below. And your musculoskeletal system. Musculoskeletal system, musculoskeletal system, musculoskeletal, I cannot pronounce this word, not having a good day.